Russia is a country located in northern Eurasia, with a republican government with a semi-presidential system that includes 85 federal entities, 2 of which have limited international recognition, the Republic of Crimea and the federal city of Sevastopol. Russia shares borders with Norway, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, via Kaliningradskaya Oblast, Belarus, Ukraine, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, China, Mongolia, and North Korea. It also has maritime borders with Japan in the Sea of Okhotsk and the United States through the Bering Strait. Russia is the world's largest country by area, covering 1/8 of the world's inhabited land area with an area of 17,098,242 square kilometers, 6,601,668 square miles, and is the 9th most populous country in the world with over 141 million people. Russia extends across the entirety of North Asia and 40% of Europe. It also covers 9 time zones and includes a wide range of environments and terrain. It possesses the world's largest reserves of mineral and energy resources and has the world's largest reserves of forests and lakes, which contain nearly a quarter of the world's fresh water. The Russian capital, Moscow, is the largest city in Russia today and one of the largest cities in the world in terms of population. Russia's main port is St. Petersburg, located on the Baltic Sea. Russia is considered the 7th largest economy in the world according to gross domestic product, 6th in terms of purchasing power, and 3rd in terms of military budget. Russia is one of the only 5 countries recognized as possessing nuclear weapons in the world, in addition to having the largest stockpile of weapons of mass destruction in the world. Russia is one of the global superpowers and is a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. It is also a member of the G8, the G20, the Council of Europe, the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Forum, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. The name Russia is derived from Rus, a medieval country whose population was mostly Eastern Slavs. But this name became more prominent in later history, and the country was commonly called Ruska Zemlya, transliterated Ruskaya Zemlya, which can be translated Russian land. In order not to confuse this state with any other, modern historians have made the name of the state of Rus, Kievan Rus. The name Rus, from which the name of present-day Russia is derived, is in turn derived from the Germanic Scandinavian Rus people, a group of Varangians, possibly Vikings, who founded the state of Rus, in Russian, Rus. The Latin word, Ruthenia, derived from the Latin name for Russia, was the name used to describe this country in the Middle Ages. The current name, Rossiya, Russia, is derived from the Greek version of the state name of Kievan Rus, which is now pronounced Rozha, instead of Rossiya, which was common in Byzantine times. Russia has huge capabilities to develop domestic tourism as well as to receive foreign tourists. It has all the necessary sprawling lands, a rich historical and cultural heritage, and in some areas there is virgin nature untouched by human hands. The territory of Russia extends from west to east for a distance of 10,000 kilometers, and from the northern latitudes to the subtropical southern latitudes, for a distance of 3,000 kilometers. The diversity of the terrain allows for the development of many types of tourism. Russia has summer resorts on the Black Sea coast in the south and the Baltic Sea coast in the north, making them suitable for recreation on the beaches and for treatment and recovery at sea. The far north provides the opportunity to observe the northern lights and take trips for the purpose of getting to know the peoples of the north, as well as to participate in sledding tours pulled by elk in the tundra wilderness. In addition to treatment and sanatoriums in places where there are mineral water springs. The seas in the north and west of the country are considered one of the main directions of tourism. As a rule, the many lakes there have a stunning view and their water is pure. Note that the purity of the water in it is not only apparent, as it is completely possible to drink water from the lakes of Karelia and Lake Baikal.